Well, I think we're live because it says so right there. I have no idea if we are or not. But let's see, what's this thing? Hold on. We're a couple minutes early. All right, that's okay. I think that's the microphone volume. We were like those two old people they showed using a telephone, an iPhone for the first time. If there's anybody that's come in here yet, let us know. And we're going to hopefully see you in chat with this video. What, you doubting this?
No.
We're early. Let's see, what does it say?
Looks good to me.
I think it says there's one person in there, and that's probably us. Well, I think the best low-carb treat that you can have is coffee. Is that Amy?
Amy, hello.
Oh, I have to switch the
You're backwards.
I know, but there's a way to do that. Hold on. Amy, we see you. Cindy, we see you. Give us a second so I can put the words on the other side. Click gear at the bottom to clip landscape to allow to read chat. Gear at the bottom. I don't see a gear. Well, that's not going to be good. Let's just check it out. Did I just do that? Swipe left to reveal comments. Oh, we won't. Okay, it's just going to go over our faces.
Just shift a little to the right.
Bring them on video. Bring them on video? You guys don't want to be on video, right? Amy, Cindy? Okay, so we're just playing around here and enjoying our afternoon cappuccinos. Choking on our cappuccinos. Well, we're gonna, since you guys are friends, and we know that, we're not gonna go into detail about our background, other than to say the one thing I wanted to tell everybody is that we used to say if we did it, you can too. I ended all my shows on the Food Network, Low Carb and Loving It, with I did it, my family did it, and so can you. Well, now the new thing for us is it's been over 25 years, and Amy, you can relate to that because you've been doing that for a long time too. Yeah, you're good, Amy. You don't need to be on camera. It took us like 17 hours to no, but I did wash my hair and shave. So anyways, we started this journey, low carb journey, I tried to figure it out because I had forgotten, I believe 1997. And that was when I was in a wheelchair at almost 500 pounds. Yeah, over how many? Amy Hale, over 20 years, yeah. Amy, we got to get together and write a book about low carb for life. I know that's already a book out there, right? Low carb for life, it's an old book. But it really wasn't for life until now because we've actually done it for life. Well, at least almost 1/3 of it. Rachel and I just went on Social Security in the last couple of years. I'm 64 now. I was 37 when I started low carb. Rachel just turned 65. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. Okay. And I need reading glasses.
And
Rona
this is
Bashir
usually
watching.
white.
Hi, Rona. That's Rona. Hey, we're getting chat. We're doing this right. We'd like to do this every single day of our lives because it's a lot easier than working the hotline at the restaurant, serving 550 people a night at Margaritaville. I love the job, except it's killing me. Debbie Coombs Gonzalez. Hello, Debbie. Welcome to the chat. We're going to call it Cappuccino Chat today.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for visiting with us. We're just going to have some fun, talk about things.
Yeah, we have all these plans, but we're not going to do them. So, let me ask. Rachel and I just said that we've been doing low carb for 25, 26 years now. And we were wondering how long you've been doing it for. And if you're just getting started. And is there something that you need to know from us? Because otherwise we're going to give you a lot of info you don't need. Okay. I don't even know what to say.
We both have to keep putting our glasses on.
Yeah. I'm game. It's been a while since I've written something not fiction. Oh, yeah, that's right, Amy. That's great. You know, Christian, who wrote all of our books with us, and his wife, Elise, he's now working for a company doing online videos for Walmart and CVS and every major corporation there is. And he's a hot commodity now. He's so hot that I can't get him to help me at all. Because, well, you know, he's got a real job. But Virginia, my sister Virginia Olson is in the house.
Hi, Virginia.
See? You can all wish her a happy birthday, which is in 6 days. Happy birthday.
Woohoo! And anybody else having a birthday today? Happy birthday.
So, Amy, what have you written lately? I haven't been following, I'm sorry. Amy Hale, in case anybody doesn't know, she is a pioneer in the low-carb world from day one, probably before me. And she's here in our room. And she's writing fiction these days, which probably pays a lot more than low-carb anyway.
Cravings.
Pamela McCreary. Hi, Pamela.
She's
Cravings.
saying that she can't stick with it for more than 7 months because of cravings. Yeah, that's
Amy,
a tough one.
Amy, you're a baby.
Yeah.
Amy's going to be 50. You know, I always said that if you don't like what you're eating on any diet, you're dooming yourself to failure. So the key to our success, and all of our books were part of that, was keeping it fresh, keeping it exciting, keeping it different, and not doing without our favorite foods, but reinventing them. So that's pretty much something I could say, but it's also easier said than done.
Right.
You know that. But again, also, you have to eat to lose weight, Pamela. A lot of people will start cutting back on food. They'll get mixed up and start doing low carb, low calorie, which is not a bad thing especially when you're trying to finish your weight loss and get those last pesky 10 or 20 pounds. What do we got here? Lost 40 people and gained it back. Pamela, everybody gains it back and loses it. I was shooting up there when I was having during the height of COVID, I had Legionnaire's disease. I was in the hospital for weeks, lung problems. It was just one thing after another. And nobody here knows it because I didn't show it, but I had gained probably 70 pounds. But that was because I was sitting on my butt, because after Legionnaire's, I couldn't breathe for months. I literally sat on the couch for 7 or 8 months and I couldn't walk from one room to the other. But as soon as I was able, I went back into the kitchens, and it wasn't because I wasn't doing low carb. It was because I didn't have any kind of a lifestyle. But once I got back in the kitchens, I not only lost that, I'm now at my lowest weight I've ever been since starting low carb, and that's 205 pounds. I once went down to 199, but that was for a half a day, and I almost died. Virginia lost 30 pounds, back on steroids, gained 8 pounds, but that's not bad. And you haven't eaten yet today. It is bad, of course.
You got to eat. Your body will literally think you're starving if you don't eat and start making fat cells. You need to eat so your metabolism is working correctly. So don't not eat.
Same here, Amy. Exactly.
And going back to cravings, if you want to have a really good snack, and if you want to stay low carb, you can do like a smoked cheese, something exotic that you don't eat all the time, that will satisfy a craving. You can also use any one of our recipes and make some delicious sugar-free desserts using Splenda or whatever sugar-free substitute you're using. And so when you have a craving, there's something there to grab. A nice, delicious, sugary treat. There's no sugar in it, but your body's satisfied because you made something that you're craving for, but you did it low carb.
Let's see more. Let's see. Oops. And key to remember that you can't out-exercise a bad diet. Diet is important. Yeah, I used to tell the story, I probably should again, that when I first started out, we had year-round passes to Universal and Disney, Universal Studios, which we lived...
Not at the same time,
No,
one after the other.
We lived very close. We're about 4 miles from the entrance to Disney World. But anyway, I was always in a wheelchair when we went, and, I was at 475 pounds. But by the end of the first year of low carb, before the end of the year, I started walking from park bench to park bench and getting out of that wheelchair. And by the time a year was up, I had lost the first 200 pounds, and I was able to walk the whole park fast without stopping. Because it took a long time to get my back and my knees and my everything, which is now falling apart again. But I not only have lost weight recently, I've been working so hard in the restaurant that, check it out. Huh?
Strong.
Well, I do saute, so I'm lifting thousands of pans every night. How do I keep the energy levels up? I'm 68 and noticing the changes. Number one, coffee. That's not really true. But your energy levels should go through the roof when you're when you're burning fat instead of sugars. You have two ways to burn your fuel. One is through burning calories and white stuffs, and the other is by burning fats, which I believe our bodies are designed to do. So when you're burning fat, it's like rocket fuel. When you eat white stuffs and sugars and heavy carb foods, or even high glycemic level fruits and vegetables, or whatever that, like corn and stuff, when you're doing that, your body gets a real high all of a sudden, and then a low, and your energy will deplete after you get the high energies. With low carb and burning fats, you get a steady level supply of energy. And usually it's a lot of energy. I mean, look at me, I'm 64 now, and I have as much energy. Actually, I have more energy than the 20-somethings that I work with on the line. They even tell me so. I run circles around them all night long. How detrimental is a cheat meal or day? Pamela, I have to answer this. It's going to happen. I don't like to call it cheating. I like, you had something maybe that you felt guilty about. It's not really cheating because you're doing it. It's you.
Your decision.
Yeah.
Then
just start back immediately afterwards. But I wouldn't make a habit of trying to lose weight by planning a cheat day every week. Because what happened to us is we went out to all-you-can-eat buffets when we first started, and we tested the low-carb diet and Dr. Atkins. And we said, if we can eat all the steak and eggs and cheese and seafood and meats that we want, this will be the diet for us. Well, we did it, and it worked. But after 2 weeks of actually sticking to low carb and not cheating, because we didn't have to, we were eating so much good food anyway.
A lot of food.
We had to catch 22 that we didn't know was going to happen. All of a sudden, we didn't want to go to buffets. Our appetite decreased to almost nothing.
Definitely decreases if you stick to low carb. And for the sake of your body functions...
Hi, Lisa.
Everything is better if you stay on low carb.
We use... so there you go. You can eat what you want, or you can get rid of the cravings, and then you'll be in more control over what you choose to eat. And I was just asked, who was that? I forgot. I'm sorry already. Lisa Fields asked, what can she have instead of heavy creams and all that, Rachel?
Okay. Well, I enjoy unsweetened vanilla-flavored almond milk for lots of different
And you
reasons.
can bake with it.
And I was going to say, and you can use it in baking instead of the cream. And there are many other substitutes. Just check the label for the carb count, and then you can decide, oh, they load this one full of sugar. That's why I have to buy the unsweetened almond milk. But there's many other choices these days. Just
limited butters also.
Yeah.
We don't use them, but I'm willing to bet there are good butter substitutes out there now, not the ones made from hydrogenated fats and tropical oils, which would have been the old style margarine.
And I'm sure the substitutes for the butter will all be low carb.
Well, yeah, I'm not an expert on that. I haven't looked for a substitute in
because
years.
We've been eating our butter, so sorry, we don't have more info on that.
Yeah, the unsweetened almond milk, you can cook with it for sure.
It works great in lots of different things.
It won't reduce like heavy cream, but then we hardly use heavy cream anyway. So it does work. We make all of our muffins and our cakes and everything with almond flour. With
almond milk.
I know, but our almond flour cakes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You can substitute where we say heavy cream or half and half. You can substitute almond milk.
Works good.
82 pounds. We have 84 more to go. Lisa, that's fantastic.
Nice.
Wow.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, once you do that, the other half is, I'm not going to say it, cakewalk.
Just
Just
remember to eat, because when you skip meals and you stop eating,
Take my glasses off.
then that's not good.
I have all your books. You worry about
All the fat.
No, stop worrying about the fat.
Fat is not the enemy.
It is if you're cheating all the time, as someone put it,
Yeah.
as we just were talking about. But if you're doing low carb and you're avoiding the white stuffs and the simple white carbohydrates and the high glycemic level foods and selections, if you're really, just eating a good low carb diet, you're burning the fats. They don't ever have a chance to get to clog your arteries. Whereas
unless you forget to eat.
Now, let's say you have a nice big steak dinner and a big Idaho baked potato with sour cream and butter on top, those are good. But that one baked potato is equal to 20 tablespoons of white sugar when your body processes it. Now, what will happen is you'll eat that steak and you'll have the potato, and your body will start processing the potato and storing the steak. And that steak is where the fat is, and you're going to store it. Get rid of the potato, substitute broccoli, cauliflower, spinach,
Mock mash made with cauliflower. It's really
and
good.
And guess what? All your food burns evenly, and you don't store the fat. And in fact, Amy can attest to this, because we know people like Dr. Westman, and I know cardiologists from Duke University. For decades now, they've been recommending a low-carb diet for their cardiac patients to lower their cholesterol. So there you go.
Right. And as far as going all meat, that isn't good. You need to have
Virginia.
spinach, asparagus.
We can't afford an all-meat diet either.
Really, really good assortment of allowable fruits and vegetables. Allowable fruits: cantaloupe, melon, not watermelon.
Honeydew.
Honeydew is what
Strawberries,
I meant.
blackberries, raspberries, blueberries.
All the berries.
Yeah, all antioxidants.
All those fruits are very low carb. And then most vegetables, like I said, asparagus.
Hey, okay.
You need your potassium.
Thank you, Lisa.
If you don't have potassium, which you don't get in the meat, you could get sick. So don't do just the meat. That is not
my sister
a
says,
good thing.
My sister says Dollar Tree has riced cauliflower for $1.25. Virginia Aldi's, our favorite foods at Aldi's or even Walmart is to buy the 10-pound bag of chicken leg quarters. Now, you're only one person, but you can still divide it up, and I know you like to cook for other people at your apartments. But our favorite thing from Aldi's is the boneless pork loin, which they have a small piece.
You just said your favorite thing was the 10-pound bag of chicken legs.
Yeah, everything's my favorite. If you remember
okay,
that?
he has two favorites.
On my TV show, every time I showed some mushrooms, they're my favorite.
that's
Chicken
my
wings,
favorite.
they're my favorite. Yeah. But anyway, we buy boneless pork loin for how much a pound?
Now I think it's like $2.29 a pound.
$2.29 a pound, and it's as good as any steak, if not better. And you can cut it into thick boneless pork chops. You can roast it like I do, covered with Dijon mustard and rosemary. Or You could just pour Italian dressing over the top and bake it with salt and pepper. Also, we use my blackening spice on top of it and bake it. You bake it, you get a beautiful sliced roast. Okay, I'm not reading. Me too, Lisa. You followed George from the beginning. Well, thank you.
The last person, which we missed, said that low carb is recommended.
Yep, that's
for patients.
That's Amy.
Yep, yeah. So
Amy knows. She's a guru.
Jello with fruit.
Yes, yes, we
gotta
love
be
Jello.
The right fruit. Sugar-free Jello is great for a snack. Yes.
Well, we even bought the pre-made ones.
And then you can make
You know,
homemade whipped
the
cream with
cheap stuff.
Splenda or your choice of.
I mean, just because we're chefs,
sweetener.
we don't cook all the time. I mean, most of the time I'm cooking for somebody else.
Oh, I forgot. You can get sugar-free in whipped cream in a can now.
Yep.
I always make my own, so I forgot.
Well, we were going to talk about stuff, but there's no reason to. Like
Kryptonite. Yeah, pasta, bread, and potatoes. It's hard to give up those things, but like I said, try substituting
Okay.
something similar that's all low carb.
Now I give the story about your brain and heroin.
That's a low carb story.
Yeah, it's a low carb heroin. The truth is that sugar has an addiction quality that has been related physically to the same as heroin. Meaning that you can't just stop eating sugar and expect it to go like, no problem, I gave it up. It's not that easy. It can be a battle. And here's how it works and why, if you give yourself 2 weeks, you can get past that and win this battle. Your taste buds work directly with your brain. That's why you know you like something before you ever ate it. You've had it before, your mind remembers it. It remembers it likes chocolate. It also remembers you might hate liver like me. And therefore you will never try it again, even if someone makes it with roasted apples and onions and it's the best calf's liver in the world. But I don't want it because I remember I hate it. Sugar, you have a memory of it. And when you go to replace it, your mind plays havoc with you. For instance, people will tell me, oh, I tried Splenda and sucralose and this and that, and it was bitter, and it was that, and it was... Yes, because you have to give your body 2 weeks without sugar, and it's not going to be easy. And then what happens is your mind starts replacing its memories of what sugar is, and your sugar replacement will fill that memory and become the new sugar. And the next thing you know, you don't miss sugar at all. And that's how that works.
As far as our favorite sweetener, we use Splenda.
Arvanitopoulos.
Because
yeah,
that's
Barb.
what we're used to. But,
That's a nice Greek name. Tikanias, Barb.
But like, if you want to do something that's natural, my friend who's a nurse, she uses stevia. But we're used
hate it.
We're used to Splenda, so that's what we do.
And we ain't dead yet. Wait. Nobody's here. I'm just knocking on wood. So today is the low carb. What do they call it? The low carb exposition in San Diego.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm missing that. But I'm not missing the hurricane that's coming there. Kala. Oh, you know, Kala. Oh, I said Tikanias and Kala. The only other Greek words I know, Barb, were taught to me by my best friend in high school, and they cannot be repeated.
Uh-oh. Not good.
Lisa, I had to go 9 days without sugar.
Hospital.
Yeah, we've heard stories about going without sugar and dreams of your pillow being a marshmallow. I mean, it sounds crazy, but true. There you go, Amy.
Well, sucralose is made from sugar, so
What?
it's a natural choice, in my opinion.
It's Splenda without
Splenda.
the
Splenda without the-
suspension,
Right.
which is carbs. We use sucralose. I was one of the first persons, I think, and maybe you too, Amy, to use sucralose in this country back when we were the chefs for the Atkins cruises. And McNeil Laboratories made Splenda, and they were located in Canada, not the U.S. and they sent us, they wouldn't let anybody use it except manufacturers because it was so strong. And now everybody can buy the liquid sucralose in the little squeeze bottles. But back in the day, over 25 years ago, or 24 years ago when it came out, it came in a gallon jug that looked like bleach. And I remember being on the cruise and we were making like cheesecake for 250 people in a giant mixer. Like it had to have been like a 180 quart mixer. I mean, super big. We had all this cream cheese from Genoa, Italy, and all of this stuff, and then we didn't know how to use the sucralose.
There was no instructions.
No instructions. So we're measuring it cup for cup, and actually one drop is equal to like 20, I don't know.
I had a vat that was for like 500 pieces of cheesecake. So I
we ruined it.
Let me start with a cup.
And when no one was looking,
with a cup. What you really needed was more like an eighth of a cup. But I didn't know that yet.
We're confessing now.
I didn't know that yet.
When nobody was looking, we threw away the whole batch.
We had to start
over. We ran and got ingredients and started over.
We had to start over again and make it with.
Hi, Lisa. Yeah, we're glad you came in too. We really are. You know, things have been tough around here, and we figured what we need to get back to is what we do best, and that's cooking low carb and talking to you all about it. And we've tried the YouTube thing, and we just couldn't put all the pieces together. But this, I took today to figure it out, and it couldn't be any simpler. So we're going to try to do this every day, and maybe I can replace being a line cook with talking to you all. On that respect, we're going to put posts to our Patreon site because I'm learning from watching YouTube, etc., that the only way to keep doing these things is to get a following and have people help. So we're going to put our patreon.com website, which is just patreon.com/George Stella, at the end of all this. But you all are our friends. We're not going to ask you for anything for sure. And hopefully we'll get the numbers up there to a point where maybe we could do this and turn the camera around to our beautiful kitchen that we don't even use half the time and start cooking up a storm for you. A low-carb storm.
That was the next question.
What?
Will you do any cooking on live?
We want to do a lot of cooking. We want to make this into a show and get a camera and a stand and, a microphone. But we have to walk before we can run because if you know us and you know me, we've had a long road. And we ain't done yet. Okay. I don't know how long we should make this. Should I wrap this up? Is there anything else that anybody really wants to know about? Because we didn't tell you anything. We were going to go into our get started, which, I've written everything 5 million times. So you're ready to make one of the most important decisions of your life, to change the way you look at food and to change your eating habits. I'll read this because if you need motivation, this is good. For many people who have successfully lost weight, the moment they knew they could do it was the moment when something just clicked. For me, that light bulb goes off in your head. For me, something clicked, and now this was written a long time ago, 19 years ago. For me, something clicked over 25 years ago when I realized I could lose weight and change my life by living a low-carb lifestyle, and that should say, by eating all the foods I really like. As a chef, I was cooking Dover sole and Chateaubriand and platters for two and you name it, all the best foods in the world. But because of food costs, I was eating French fries as I walked by the fryer and going home and picking out at midnight on McDonald's I brought home.
Drinking a
gallon of orange juice because I'm dehydrated. So when I learned that if I was just serving those and eating those same foods that I was giving my customers, my whole life would change. And that's what we did. And that's what we show. Low carb was talking my language when it suggested I could get healthy by enjoying all the wonderful fresh food. As a chef, I just said this. So you could tell. I had been preparing for others my whole life while I skipped meals and ate high-carb junk foods on the go. I was pleasing others with my culinary creations and killing my family. You all know this story about Christian was 200, over 200 pounds at 13 years old. Okay, so this is a lot of stuff here
And,
that
and
it's too much
Christian
for
just
today.
saw how we were both losing weight, and he just couldn't help it. And he saw what we were eating too. We had a separate cupboard for the carby stuff, and we didn't force it on anybody to do what we were doing. We were on our own mission to lose weight, and Christian just followed us and lost more than half his body weight, I believe. Was that you? That was him, right? One of you two. One of you two. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Christian went down to 100 pounds, but
well, I remember one time.
oh, he was 300.
We were filming.
And he lost half it. Yeah,
we were filming
My bad.
for. I think it was for Germany TV, and they made us both get into your old pants. Remember? That was fun.
I remember Dr. Oz backstage wanted us to get out of our pants. That's a true story. I mean, because they wanted to weigh us without our clothes. I said, not gonna happen. Hey, backstory. When we were backstage at Dr. Oz, it's the same exact area that the Jimmy Fallon show is. I mean, they're right next to each other, and they share the same back hallway. And we were waiting out in the hallway in our green room, and there was a set of drums in the hallway on a big stand. And I walked over to this guy sitting on the floor, and I said, I really want to play those drums like an idiot, because I'm a drummer and I have to play drums when I see them. And he said, go ahead. But I knew not to do it. It turned out it was Questlove, the band director from the Jimmy Fallon show, that plays the drums. Those were his drums. And he was like, go for it. And another story, when I was on Emerald Live set doing my screen test at Food Network Studios, he has drums and congos, and I got on the set and I went, I got to go play those drums. And the producer said, no way, you can't touch Emerald's drums. And I went over there and played Emerald's drums. All right, I don't know where that came from.
Oopsie.
Okay, I jumped on that bandwagon back then too. Yes, Virginia. I remember doing a live like this and cooking with someone holding a camera or iPad. You could start like that. We would tune in. Well, yeah, this is it. We're starting like that right now, and the thing
We'll do it.
The thing holding the camera we got for free in the mail as just spam mail, and it's a iPhone plastic holder. Well, if anybody else has anything they'd like to add, we're going to wrap it up for today. It's already been half an hour, and somebody wants to watch this online. I don't want it to be completely boring for them. But we want to thank you all for showing up on our first Facebook Live event.
Thank you all.
And check out tomorrow, and check out online for the time, because we're not sure 4:30 is the best time, especially with the West Coast. And tomorrow is Sunday. Thank you, Rona.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Eamon. And I guess we'll see you. Well, we'll be back tomorrow, and who knows? Maybe we will cook. Thank you, Pamela. We love you too. Yeah, Virginia, I would like to work on a new book with a new publisher, Liberty something. But I'm not sure that anybody wants one. Although I think it's time to do, like I said, a book like Low Carb for Life, which has our whole life experience wrapped up, because I don't know how many well, yeah, I do know people in their 60s that are low carb gurus. So I guess it's time for us to step up and let everybody know that this can be a long-term alternative, which I don't think it's an alternative. It's a way of life. It always has been. So there we go. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye. You say bye?